Hello and welcome to my Tarot Corner. So, as I promised, I am going to delve into Meghan's PR nightmare. Now, it all started when Sunshine Sachs actually sacked them. They want to portray it as if they decided to cut Sunshine Sachs, but actually we know that the opposite happened, that they weren't paying, they were in big debt to Sunshine Sachs, and Sunshine Sachs waited to be paid, and once they got paid, they said goodbye. Later, there was a report of another PR team that they hired, and after news leaked about their house searching, or at least this is how it was portrayed, they decided that, or at least Rachel decided, that she can do the work better. So she decided to get one of Archwell employees. Her name is Christine Bale Schirmer, and to hire and to at least change her designation as a PR person. And actually what it means is that Rachel is doing the work. I wouldn't want to be in Christine's shoes. I suppose this is going to be very, very difficult. But the fruits of this collaboration looks like a very, let's say, amateur PR by the looks of it, by getting all sorts of newspapers or websites to post the same article, the same headline. And you could have seen, if you looked at my community page, it appeared in at least, 10 different newspapers. And you know, you always only need to look at the upper line where it says which is the newspaper that is publishing it, but the picture and the content of that article is exactly the same. Earlier attempts at the same was a recurring tweet that, according to Taz, showed in one of her videos. The same tweet being tweeted over and over again by different people. So this is the PR that Meghan is doing to herself right now. So I'm going to look into the PR question, and I'm using a spread that is about career. It's in my tome of spreads, the ones that I told you I was making. So I have two of those, and this is the one of my career spread. I have a few, so this one seemed to me like the one that is most appropriate to use. And I'm going to do it with the WITCHLING Academy Tarot, because I think that this is a subject that Meghan knows nothing about, and she should start learning it from the bottom and not try to handle her own PR. So before I start, please take a few moments to read my full disclaimer in the description box. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions, as speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourselves. Okay, so let's spread the cards and start with the first card, which is the focus on what Meghan needs to really focus about. What is her, or let's say it this way, what is her focus when she's starting to do her PR? What is she focusing on? And let's take this card, and I get the Ace of Swords. So her focus is on getting her ideas, her thoughts and ideas, and strategies out into the material world. Make this happen. This is about being able, or this is what she's focusing about, being able to realize her ideas and her plans. And this is about business. This is about not hesitating. This is about being able to cut in order to move forward. And this is about being logical and not being emotional, which is something that Meghan needs to learn. So first of all, this is the first card. We'll need to look at the next card in order to see whether it has any kind of negative influence. But this is the main focus. This is what she wants to achieve. She wants to be able to realize her thoughts and ideas and plans, and to get her strategies realized in the material world. So this is the first card, and this is the focus. I'll put it here so it will be a reminder to us all. Okay, so what is her ambition? And the card that I'm taking is from here, and I get the Hierophant in reverse. Now, I told you many times, the Hierophant and the Devil are two cards that are going back to back. The Hierophant is number 5. The Devil is number 15, and the Hierophant speaks about doing the right thing. The Devil speaks about doing the wrong thing. So as my teacher always said, behind every Hierophant there is a devil, and behind every devil there is a Hierophant. So we're talking about Meghan's ambitions, and it came in the reverse. So what does the Hierophant in the reverse speaks about? It speaks about being fanatic. This speaks about abusing power and influence. This is about coercion. This is about being neglectful, being afraid to go to do things. This is about getting bad advice and relying on others that are not capable. So, and this is, when we're talking about her ambitions, I would say that mostly what resonates to me is her being fanatic, her in every kind of criticism that she's putting out. She can look at everything as something to criticize. And being someone who abuses power and influence, and we know that is true about Meghan. So she really, she's focusing her ambitions on being able to get the power that she will be able to abuse, coerce people to do things as she wants, and to get the influence that she can use in order to make more money, to be more famous. So this is the most resonating interpretation of this card when it's in the negative. Now let's look at the card. The card looks like a school. So this is like this great teacher that teaches the WITCHLING students. So there is nothing more that I can say about this card from the intuition or from the picture. Okay, so that is her ambition. Now, what are her goals? Now, goals and ambitions are similar, but not exactly the same. And her goals is the 9 of Swords. So this is about her being very worried. She's very worried. She's rightly so. She has all the reasons to be very worried about everything, about money, about her whole image that is collapsing. And her goal is to try and turn this around. Her goal is to make things better. So this is about a person that right now she's worried about the future. Right now she's worried about everything that might happen in the future. She's worried about her image collapsing, about her finances collapsing. Everything is going down the drain, and her goal is to try and deal with that, to try and find a way to act in the right way and not in the wrong way. But this card shows how difficult it is for her. So this card is badly aspecting the whole reading, and this card is showing us that she has tendency to make wrong judgments, to get herself into trouble. She's meddling in all sorts of dark affairs. She is gloomy. She is in this self-destruction mode, and she is prone to make the wrong decisions and listen to the wrong advice. So her decision to take the PR of the Sussexes by herself, with the help of that Christine Schirmer, is the wrong decision. But she's doing that because she doesn't have a choice. This card shows us that she is really very much desperate, and she doesn't know what to do. She listens to all sorts of advice which are not the right advice, and she's making the wrong decisions. But her goal is to try and get out of this bed, to try to improve things and to get out of this Nine of Swords place. Okay, the next card is, what are her talents, or does she have any talents as a PR person? And what we get here is the Chariot in reverse. Okay, so the Chariot is about, when it is in the upright, it is about chasing the dream, about not giving up on your dreams and going out to achieve your dreams no matter what, even if it means war. So in her mind, she needs to be very assertive. She cannot give up, no matter what. This is in the upright position of this card, and this card is negatively aspected by the Nine of Swords, and because it came out in the reverse position. But we're still talking about the positive attribution of this card, and it speaks about being very assertive, not giving up, acting very decisively, and even if it means quarrels, difficulties, going out to war. When it is in the reverse, it shows us that she is dealing with quarrels all the time. All of her relationships are surrounding quarrels, disagreements. This is a person that is one-sided. She's unable to listen to other people's opinion if it's not hers. Another card that speaks about abusing power or a role. So as we saw in the previous card, the Hierophant, which is her ambition to have the power that she will be able to abuse. This is one of her talents, being abusive of power, being abusive of a role, this card is showing us that she doesn't have the necessary qualification in order to get that job done. This is another major arcana. Major arcanas are highly spiritual, and they are not cards that are going down to the ground. This is something that I don't know how to say in English, but in tarot we have the 22 major arcanas, which are spiritual, and they are left in the spiritual plane. They are not cards that are being able to achieve things or to do things. And the minor arcanas are cards that are going down to the ground and being able to realize wishes, wants, ideas, whatever it is. So the major arcanas also show us that when we're asking about talents and we get a major arcana, it also shows us that everything stays in the upper echelon, doesn't go to the ground. She's unable to realize her thoughts and ideas, which is what she wanted from the beginning. So this is what she wanted, but she's unable to do that. Okay, so the next card is what are her challenges. Now, this place in the reading is a negative place, and because it is a negative place, no matter what card we get, it will be negatively aspected, and the card that I'm getting is the King of Wands. Now, it's funny to see that it is the King of Wands, but there's a woman here, and this is her. And this came in the reverse position, and it comes in the challenges place. So the King of Wands is the initiator. He is the person that knows how to start things, but doesn't know how to take them all the way through to the results. This is a person that is impulsive, impatient, and getting irritated very easily, angry very easily. All of these things are attributes of the King of Wands, especially in the reverse. In the reverse, we see a person that is losing interest very easily. So I think that very easily she will lose interest in being her own PR and will try to find someone else to take the job. This is a card that shows us a person that is very egotistical, and this is a known problem of Rachel, that something that she really needs to work on, but she doesn't do that because she does think that she's the most able person, the person that is really there for able to do anything she ever wants. But this shows that she's egotistical, she has no tact, and tendency to get angry very fast and very impulsive. So all of these things are her challenges, and if she doesn't work on them, she will not succeed. But these are problems that we know that she have, and the card is only shows us that it is true. Okay, so what kind of action does she need to take? And I'm taking a card from here. And the action is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this is another major arcana. It is another card that shows us that this is an action that cannot be taken because this is highly spiritual. This is not something that goes to the ground. But once again, it is a card that speaks about taking destiny in her own hands. So this is what she's doing. She is taking the PR in her own hands, and she is taking her destiny in her own hands. But this card is also about changes, and changes that start from the inside and go all the way to the outside. And this card tells her that she needs change, and she needs to be able to adapt to change, and that she needs to believe that things are happening for a reason, and start looking at the ways that she can learn from her past mistakes and learn from the results that she's getting, and start questioning why does she get those results, and what is the matter, what is wrong with what she's doing, and try to start learning from it. But since she's not doing that, we see a person that is prone to upheaval of faith, to bad changes. So tendency to get to order people to try and determine her own faith, and believing that things can happen by themselves. So she doesn't need to do things because things just happen by themselves. So this is a way of thinking that is a little bit mystical, thinking that it doesn't matter what you do, things just happen, and there is nothing that you can do to change things. But this is a card of change, and the action that she needs to do especially is to find the way, the things that are not working well, and change them in a good way, not in a bad way. So this is an action that she needs to do, and whether she'll be able to do that, that's a good question. Okay, going to this side and looking at the spread. Okay, hidden influences. So the hidden influences are the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is disappointment from reality, and in a way, being or at least being ready to do whatever it takes to change things. Once again, I said, because of the Nine of Swords, everything here is negatively aspected, but this card is about resigning. This is about ending a relationship. This is about being able or ready to take changes. And this is about a person that is so disappointed from what she has, that she wants more. And this is about confusions that lead to this fantasy that is not grounded. A person that is dreaming about this future that cannot become reality. So that she doesn't see reality as it is, and because of that, she's disappointed. She's disappointed from everything that she has. She's disappointed from her position, from the way people see her, from her relationship with Harry, from her children, from her house. And this is why she keeps on looking for ways to improve that. But what she's doing, because she's not seeing reality as it is, and you can see here the person here is sleeping, and this goes very well with a person that doesn't see reality and fantasizes. And she's dreaming about things that are not the reality, because she's unable to see reality as it is. And she believes that she can change things if she takes risks, and these risks will lead her to change that disappointment. So taking that PR job to her own hands is taking a risk that she believes will change that position. But the hidden influence is that she is really bitterly disappointed from everything, and she expected to be this very important person, a royal, and to be able to build her own royal court in the USA. She really thought that she had it all, but right now she's seeing reality. When she sees what happened, she's not very satisfied. And this card shows us that the reason is because she's unable to see reality. Okay, and what are the not the hidden, but the influences that are not hidden? And let's take this card, and I'm getting the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is the aloof knight. And this is the knight that is never excited from anything. This is the knight that is not enthusiastic. She loses interest in everything that she's doing very quickly. And this card shows us that Because of that, she misses the opportunities that she does get, because she does get opportunities, but she always messes them up. And the reason is because she's acting like the Knight of Swords, because she is never enthusiastic, nothing really excites her, and she has the tendency not to see the opportunities that she has, and then she misses them. This is a card of someone who is impulsive, a person that can initiate but cannot go all the way, a person that represents danger, because the fire element in this card is really dangerous, and it shows recklessness. As you can see, there's a lot of fire in this card, and this fire is really dangerous, and it has the tendency to consume her. So this is the known influences. Okay, so the last card is the summation, or what we can expect for the future. And what we're getting here is the Ace of Cups, but in the reverse. And the Ace of Cups, when it is in the, and we started with an ace that was upright, and we're ending with an ace that is in the reverse. This is really interesting. And the Ace of Cups, when it is in the upright, speaks about a flow and renewal in the material world. This is a very emotional card. This is a card that shows us that there is a lot of emotions involved here, but it is in the reverse. And when it is in the reverse, it shows that she will end up with losing all of her faith in herself and in other people that she works with. This card shows fears, letting emotions control her. And as we talked about the Ace of Swords, that speaks about being very logical and acting out of logic and cold considerations and not out of emotions. This card shows that she will end up, as she always does, in this place where the emotions will control her. And because of that, she will act without logic, and she will be unstable. This is about being very passive and falsely believing that everything will be fine. So this is another card that shows us that she has this tendency to believe that things just happen by themselves. This goes very well with the Chariot in the reverse and with the Wheel of Fortune, but in the upright. So this card shows us that she has this tendency to believe that it doesn't matter what she does, things just will happen. And this is a card that shows that despite her goal or her focus on being very logical and being able to realize her thoughts, ideas, and plans, she will end up being very emotional and being unable to make this card come true. So this is a nice circle that we started with an ace and we are ending with an ace, which are both are very a contradiction of one another. So this is how I see Meghan's PR nightmare. And the oracle card that I'm going to take is for Christine Veil Schirmer. So what does she need to do in order to handle Meghan in that new role that she agreed to take? And this is from the NUIT Oracle. Okay, so let's see what we get. Okay, Hansel and Gretel. So let's see what this card means. This tarot deck actually, oracle deck actually goes through all sorts of children's stories, and then we all know the story of Hansel and Gretel, I believe, and the message of this card is that cleverness and solidarity are required. You have to be smart and cunning for you're in the middle of a tricky situation, but you also have to rely on others, for you'll need all the support you can get. Union is the key. 4 hands are better than 2. 2 brains are better than 1. Being not alone can be your strength on this matter. So find your right partner and together throw the ugly witches away. I couldn't think of a better message for Christine Vale Schirmer. So this is it for this reading, and I hope you liked it. And if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and share the video. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.